Hey everybody, Jeff Joyner here, coming to you live from Pismo Beach, California. Sitting here at the Pacific Ocean watching the sunset, and wanted to make a quick video and tell you about something super interesting. You know, if you watch my videos, you're going to find out some interesting things about me. In this video, you might find out something interesting about yourself. So, by the way, if you like my videos, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell. But, you know, I'm currently on my summer speaking tour. I'm speaking in 29 different cities in 6 weeks, all around the country. And I do this every summer, and I've been doing it for 25 years, where I speak. One of my niches for clients is I speak for school districts, and they have back-to-school meetings every summer. And so I go around and I talk to child nutrition professionals and teachers and custodians and librarians and administrators. And I do training on some of the things that I've learned about how to be a happier person, how to have less stress in your life, how to deal with difficult people, how to really go to work every day with passion and purpose and do something that matters with your life. And, you know, it's a lot of fun. I love it. But, you know, when I tell people that I'm going on a speaking tour of 29 different cities in 6 weeks, the answers and responses I get are fascinating. It's always the same. There's 8 answers I get, 8 responses, and only 8. And I've been getting these every year for a quarter of a century. And so I want to test you a little bit. Think about it. If I told you, yeah, I'm going on a speaking tour, speaking to tens of thousands of people all around America, in 29 different cities. I'm leaving I left my house in July, and I'm not going to be home until September. And I tell people that. If I told you that, what would your response be? It's only going to be one of 8 things. I call them the 8 Ps. The first most common thing when I tell people that I'm going on a trip like this and a speaking tour is they talk about the price of, you know, gosh, it's how many flights is that? Oh, it's dozens. How many rental cars? How many hotels? Dozens. Sometimes flying all night on the red eye from the West Coast to the East Coast, you know, to speak one day in California and the next day in Connecticut. And they go, oh, I would never want to do that. Oh, that sounds so inconvenient. Oh, I don't like travel. And there is a price to be paid for sure, but that's the most common thing people talk about. Second behind that is people talk about the pay. They say, boy, you must be making a ton of money doing that. Someone just yesterday was inviting me to play pickleball back home, and I said, no, I'm on a speaking tour. And they said, oh, I'm going to have to remind me to borrow some money from you. Or someone said, boy, you must be padding that retirement account. And they talk about how much money that I make doing this. And I do make good money doing this. Frankly, I'll make more money in this 6 weeks than I made in years working as a college instructor, and so it's not bad. Another thing that people mention is pride. They say, boy, your family must be super proud of you about what you're doing. And, you know, I hope that they are. In fact, my dad just recently sent me a text and said he was really proud of me. And so, you know, that is a component of what I do. Some people say, wow, you must go to some amazing places. And I do. Just earlier today, I was at Pinnacles National Park. I'm out here watching the sunset over the Pacific Ocean. I'm going to go just on this trip, probably 4 or 5 national parks, 5 or 6 amusement parks. I'm going to play some disc golf. I get to go to a lot of really cool places. Doing what I do, I have visited 49 U.S. states. I'm going to Alaska in October. That'll be 50. The 5th P is passion. People say, man, you must love what you do. And I do. Yes, I get paid to do the only thing I'm really good at, which is tell stories and help people learn how to have breakthroughs in their life. And a lot of people talk about the passion. The next P is people. A lot of individuals, when I tell them about this, they go, wow, you must meet some interesting people traveling around like that. Oh, and I do, on flights and airplanes and restaurants, and in the training sessions I do. I'm going to meet thousands of people this month, and super interesting. Some of them are happy and some of them are unhappy, and I've made some conclusions about the difference between those people for sure. The 7th P is peace. often when I tell people about this tour, they say, man, well, but you're working really hard for a short time and then you get a long break, right? Right? You get some time off, you get some relaxation. Oh, and I do. I'm only going to work maybe 10 more days the whole rest of the year. And they go, oh, that's what I love, working hard and then having time to myself and peace, which is interesting. And the eighth P, and this is the rarest response, but these are my people, is purpose. Someone invariably will say, boy, what an opportunity to make a difference in so many lives. And that really is the main reason I do what I do. And the main thing that I love about it is get to make a difference in the lives of a lot of people. Not a deep difference, coming in and talking for a few hours and leaving, but a difference. Planting some seeds, getting people thinking, getting their wheels turning about how they can have a happier life. And so here's my point of all of this, is that I think those and by the way, all those things are true, and there's nothing wrong with any of those responses, but I think they say something interesting about the person responding. People whose primary driving is they want to make people proud, right? Make the people that they respect proud. That's the first thing they talk about. People who are all about money, and which is not a bad thing, providing for their family, setting themselves up for a better future. They go straight to talking about the money. That's why they go to work. So they assume that's why everyone else goes to work. And it's really interesting. People that love to travel talk about the travel. People that hate to be inconvenienced talk about the inconvenience. But my question for you is, what drives you to do the things that you do? What gets you lit up and a fire under you and makes you want to go the extra mile and make a difference in people's lives? I bet it's something. And if you can align that something with what you do for a living, which I think is a lot easier if you're self-employed, by the way. I've kind of designed this life exactly the way I want it. And I don't have a boss telling me I got to fly across the country. These are all my decisions. But I think to the degree that you can figure out what makes you tick, what drives you, what motivates you. People call what I do motivational speaking. I don't think there's any such thing. Motivation comes from the inside of you. And if someone's not motivated to do a great job at work every day, there's nothing I'm going to say that's magically going to change them from a loser to a winner. But if you can figure out what drives you, what motivates you, what really makes your heart burn, and then find a way to channel that into making income for your family and something that you can do with your time, I think it's a pretty epic life right there. I'm going to go back to watching this sunset. I'm doing a time lapse of the sunset. If it turns out good, I'm going to put it right here at the end of the video. God bless you all. Have a great summer. Hope you get to do something epic.